Good morning from beautiful Lauderdale by the Sea. This is Brian Kuzmar for our, I forgot what day it is, Tuesday, December 22nd, gold, silver, and precious metals update. Hopefully we'll get this to you earlier in the morning than we normally have. Look at that. It's just lovely out there today. If you come by our store, always make sure you take a walk down by the beach, get something to drink or a bite to eat or something. At least take the time to smell the salt air. It's always beautiful here. 60 degrees, lovely 60 degrees here this morning, man. Great holiday, and our holidays are usually really nice. A little cooler than normal right now, though. I remember past Christmases, it was quite warm up until Christmas Day, and it seems like we're getting nice cool weather right now. Gotta love it, gotta love it. And only a few more days away from Christmas, so hey, one of my favorite cartoons of the entire season here was this. You gotta look at this. I don't normally take kids for rides in Santa's sleigh, but since you stayed up and caught me, I'm going to have to dump you in the ocean, Timmy. I have a weird sense of humor. I hope you enjoyed that one, too. And also a reminder to all the kids out there, go to bed early. So, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and whatever holiday looks like to you, I hope you have a great one. Anyways, markets, gold and silver markets. I'm going to kind of make a quick assessment here, and I'm not quite sure what's happening. It's weird. That holiday strength that we talked about, and that some other author in another article talked about that we looked at earlier in the week, had noticed some strength of the holidays since 2016. However, it's kind of a little wonky right now. We'll see. Maybe I'm just looking at it too much on the short-term level. But the point is, are we going to get monkey hammered this holiday, or is it going to be takeoff, a rocket ship? Don't quite know, and we're going to get into that in a few moments. Meanwhile, I want to do a little thing new on this show here just to make entertainment value for the heck of it. When I'm looking for gold and silver articles, I always find these weird things, and I want to share them sometimes. And I figured, hey, why not share them if I can keep it really quick and get to what I'm supposed to be doing, which is gold and silver reports. So I'm going to call this the Bet You Didn't Know series, and you probably did know, but and maybe you didn't. But anyways. New satellite has Superman X-ray vision to see through buildings. No, this is not science fiction. They actually have that. It's called the Capella 2 satellite. Thought you were worried about having your phones and your TVs and your toasters listening to you, and your refrigerators and your vacuum cleaners. Now you got to worry about satellite beams looking inside your house. So privacy rights, whatever happened to them? Anyways, I didn't know this. I just read this, and it is a fact. The satellite beams down a powerful 9.65 gigahertz signal towards target, and then collects, interprets the signal as it bounces up in order. Anyways, I don't know what to say. Is that good? I don't know. I don't think it's good. I don't think it's good for privacy. And another bet you didn't know. Man slaps parent with lawsuits for destroying vast porn collection. I'm not even going to click on that one. I think that says it all. First off, if he's got a porn collection, he's probably over 18. What the hell's he doing living at home? No less, I thought that was a funny article, and I bet you didn't know. So let's move on to precious metals here. Before we do, this actually has a lot to do with what's going on. We've been talking about fiscal conservatives in Washington, D.C., and I've been saying there are none except maybe a handful. I believe Rand Paul is one of the handful of fiscal conservatives out there. And as he notes here, to most Republicans, and I've been saying this for decades, you're no better than the socialist Dems. Maybe slightly. Standing next to Democrats, it's hard not to look like a conservative, even if you do blow all your money. But Republicans are not conservative at all in any way, shape, or form. And Washington, D.C., I shouldn't say Republicans, that's a sweeping statement. Washington, D.C., in general, both parties have not been fiscally responsible for decades and decades and decades. So Rand Paul kind of points this out here. You're no better than socialist Dems. What are the couple things he said? To so-called conservatives who are quick to identify the socialism of Democrats, if you vote for this spending monstrosity, you will know better, Rand Paul says. And makes a few other good points down here too. And this is, and the reason I'm getting into this is what we're talking about when we're talking about destroying the value of the dollar by printing more and more and more. And that's exactly what's happening here. When you vote to pass out free money, you lose your soul and you abandon forever any semblance of moral or fiscal integrity. Well, Rand, I support you a lot, but they lost their soul and abandoned any semblance of moral and fiscal integrity years ago. You can say 2008, you can point to a lot of instances before that, but they haven't had fiscal integrity for decades. If free money was the answer, if money really did grow on trees, and he brings up a great point here, because it doesn't grow on trees. And by printing it, and this is what most people in Washington, D.C. and socialists certainly do not understand, it does not grow on trees. It's very costly in the long run to print money, just print it out of thin air. They don't understand this for some reason. They look at it and they go, oh, it's money. And he mentions here, why not give it out all the time? Why stop at $600 a person? Why not $1,000? Why not $2,000? Maybe these new free money Republicans should join the Everybody Gets a Guaranteed Income caucus. Tongue-in-cheek, but he's absolutely right, and eventually they will, because it'll gather votes for him and they'll be afraid not to get votes. What do you think the CARE Act that Trump signed was, a $2.1 trillion CARE Act? What do you think what Nancy Pelosi and McConnell have just done? Basically, there's nothing fiscally conservative about any of that. What they've done is to satisfy the short term, maybe prevent themselves from getting tarred and feathered, and to maybe secure votes in future elections. They're giving away money to lessen the situation that they created of joblessness and businesses going down. They created it, and now they're throwing money at it to try to fix it and make it not look so bad and make themselves look like heroes. BS. Anyways, Rand Paul is one of the few people in Washington that actually understand this. I was a big supporter of his father. I'm not going to go into the political end of this, but this falls exactly into what we were talking about as far as killing the dollar, and why gold and silver is going to continue to climb, and why people in other countries are going to look at this and say, we don't want to hold dollars, and they're going to send all these dollars back here, and why the whole world is de-dollarizing, why they're getting out of the dollar. It's because our fiscal irresponsibility. That's why they don't want to hold dollars. You don't want to hold dollars. Why do you think you're in gold? It's because of the fiscal irresponsibility of the people in Washington, D.C. and the central bankers as well. And this is happening globally, so it's not just this country. And socialists are completely clueless to this. And again, I'm not dissing them. They're well-intentioned people. They really are. They have good hearts, but they just have no clue about economics. I'm going to move along here to final Q3. This probably has a little bit to do with why gold is not so up, or didn't. We haven't seen that rocket ship type effect that we have seen the last since 2016 during December, again, which we talked about this week, and another author had written about, but he had said 10 years, and we went and looked, and we noticed it was only since 2016, so it's not been 10 years. The holidays have been good to gold and silver just since 2016. However, it's up right now, so that's a good sign. However, I'm not entirely convinced that we may not see. It's a strange year. I'm still not convinced we may not see some a monkey hammering, Christmas, during the Christmas holiday and during the New Year holiday. I wouldn't be surprised at all. However, after that, and again, that would provide good buying opportunity. So buy the dips if you can. But I would not be surprised at all if we've seen some weakness still. Based on this kind of stuff, estimate at 33 points stronger than expected and highest on record. However, it really is meaningless because they're going to adjust it later and it won't look good at all. I read the article too. U.S. dollar index up if you take a look at this. And that also explains why precious metals are probably not really taking the rocket ship approach. And maybe a good opportunity with the dollar going up and some semblance of strength in the Q3 mark, or semblance of strength in the final Q3 GDP. Maybe it will be a good opportunity for them to monkey hammer it in the wee hours of the morning like they normally do. But again, if that happens, just buy the dips. Next year, metals are going to skyrocket, in my opinion. Let's take a look at spot prices here, actually, and see what's going on. I'm going to update this little page. I don't have the page that updates itself. Down. It was 1881 when I looked at it a little bit ago. Silver's down too, a couple cents. It was higher. It looks like it's been higher on the European markets than it has been on New York. New York is European markets and the evening markets seem to be higher, Asian markets, and then all of a sudden it gets to New York and it kind of just takes a crap. Or it just doesn't do anything. It's not really taking a crap. It's just not doing much. So this kind of action right here still leads me to believe that we could see monkey hammering this week. Again, great opportunity to buy the dips. And unfortunately, I will be closed Thursday and Friday, by the way. I will be closed Christmas Eve and Friday. And markets, world markets will be open. So we'll see what happens. Silver below that 26 mark, and God, yesterday or the evening before, late night in Asian markets, or I think European markets, silver had hit a high of $27.41. That was just insane. We're back down to these little bit lower levels, and look at the swings, 25.62 to 26.57. But that's just silver. Silver does these crazy swings. I always tell people, if you invest in silver, you got to have kind of a strong stomach. And but really, it's just following gold. And let's take a look here. And gold is look at the swings, 1867 to 1884. So it's kind of holding steady. Again, that rocket ship holiday effect is not really taking hold yet. But you can't complain at 1875, considering that we were not too long ago shortly. So maybe it is an up market if I look at it. And maybe it'll continue to climb higher right after the holidays. So I'll have to look at this instead of looking at it from a daily view and a really short view. I'll have to take the long view, step outside the planet, and look at all the planets. Anyways, and again, like I said, the trend during the holidays is that it's been up since 2016. But that trends are trends. They don't always they're not things that. Trends come and go, so that's the best I can say. And some of us can spot trends, some of us can't. And the reason I can spot them is because, God, I live this every day, 5 days a week, even on weekends, on Sunday nights and stuff. I'm following markets, so really 6 days a week I'm following these things. And you start to notice trends after 40 years, 30, 40 years, whatever the hell it is now. Anyways, this is Brian Kuzmar, and I did say anyways, but I didn't say it too many times. So this is Brian Kuzmar with Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals. Hope you enjoyed this little show. I'm not quite sure what's going to happen tomorrow again. I kind of feeling it's going to get monkey hammered, given the data that I'm looking at and the opportunity for people to monkey hammer it. I don't see a lot of strength right now, but again, I don't think it's not going to last long. It'll be a good buying opportunity, so that's my assessment. Call me anytime at 954-493-8811 for live spot prices. I'm open 10 to 4, Mondays through Fridays, very consistent hours, except this week and next week, holiday hours are going to be a little wonky. I will be closed Christmas Eve and Christmas. We will reopen the Monday and Tuesday, but I'm not sure what day New Year's falls on right now, so we will be closed New Year's a day after New Year's, and we'll be closed for New Year's Eve. Well, I hope you have a wonderful holidays, or I hope you're having a wonderful holidays with your family and friends. As I said, call me if you need me for anything. And if anything exciting happens today in markets, I will do a second video. If not, stay tuned tomorrow, and let's see what happens. Thanks. Have a great day.